My name is Bill, and I've been selling cars for 25 years at Hometown Auto. Building relationships, taking care of your customers is how you're successful in this business. Some of these young people these days come into work, they stare at their phones and their computers and don't have connection with people. They need to be and understand the importance of a good relationship and a good old-fashioned handshake and look at the customer in the eye. That's how you make a sale. And if you know a few good tricks, that helps as well.
Hello, everyone. I am Megan, and this will be my 8th month with Hometown Auto. I like it. It's a pretty good place to work. I just wish that everyone would respect me a little more and stop treating me as if I don't know anything. I've learned a lot from the other employees that have been here a while, but I would like to contribute something as well. I've seen some of them struggle with technology, and I know I could help them, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes or seem like a know-it-all.
Does this scenario sound familiar? A huge divide between the successful veteran and the tech-savvy, although inexperienced rookie. Welcome back to Bridging the Gap in a Multi-Generational Workplace. As we've learned in our first 2 weeks, having a multi-generational workplace like we currently have does have many challenges. In this section, we'll share with you one of the tools that can be used to help bridge this gap between generations. And that's the idea of reverse mentoring. Let's dive in. So in this section, this module will help you to define and discuss what reverse mentoring is, articulate the benefits of utilizing a reverse mentoring in a multi-generational workplace, and understand how it works and how to design a program. So what is reverse mentoring? Take a minute, pause this video if you'd like, and think about a time when you were asked by a senior leader or even just a more senior employee to show them how to do something or for your insight on something. How did that make you feel? Reverse mentoring is an initiative in which older executives are paired and mentored by younger employees on topics such as technology, social media, and current trends. Then we're going to talk through the benefits of reverse mentoring, not only for your company, but for the participants, for the senior participants, and for the younger generation, maybe millennial. So let's talk about for your company. Now, while you're looking at these, I want you to think about how this applies, and if you could think of an area in your company where reverse mentoring would be a benefit. How does this apply to your organization? If we start with one of the first benefits, it closes the gap between different generations, builds rapport, right? Can you think of places in your organization where there's a gap between different generations? Helps shape future leaders. Really saves on training and time because it's an indirect training, if you will, that these mentors will be receiving from their mentees. Fosters collaboration and a more open culture. Improves job satisfaction and engagement. There's been a lot of studies linked to this idea of the reverse mentoring have a really positive impact on job satisfaction and engagement. And an understanding of how to better attract and retain top talent. So let's talk about for the benefits for a millennial. Why do I care? If you're a millennial, why is this interesting, right? So the first is better perspective on the business. You're getting to work with the senior leaders, the people that are setting the strategy. So you're getting a more 360-degree aspect or view of the entire business. Exposure to leadership. Why is that important, right? This informs them of the strategic thinking. Ultimately gives them the opportunity to make an impact, which for millennial generation, that's really important. Career development. Think about the strong relationships you're building, the opportunity to connect with people and build strong relationships in the C-suite. It increases your executive presence. You'll develop this over time the more you're interacting with them. It engages and it builds confidence. And it does this by giving them a platform in which they are the expert, which is a little different than how it's normally, or what is normally the case. So when it comes to the benefits for the senior staff, first is, and this is a really crucial one, it helps them see the value millennials can offer. What we've found is that the biggest challenge between the gap is that not understanding each other and not really actually seeing the value that each side brings. And that goes both ways. Being able to work with them one-on-one to see what they know and to really start to understand them, and not just the stereotype, not just what they've heard or what they sense, really helps to offer, is a great benefit for them. It improves their technical skills, right? The social media, this is sort of the practical application that they receive from it. It reveals trends with technology and culture, and it helps them to understand millennials better and develop management strategies. So if you think this is something that would be useful for your organization, there's definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach, but there are a few key things you want to keep in mind when we're talking about creating a successful partnership. So instead of winging it, you want to have a sort of strategic plan on how to actually implement this. And we'll be sharing a lot of those resources, but let's start with the successful partnership. First, you want to identify good potential partners. You want to set clear goals and expectations. You want to make sure you work on your communication skills. You want to be tactful, patient, and open-minded, and you want to measure your progress. There's a link to a good infographic that actually explains each one of these in much more depth. The real point here, the takeaway is that you want to really think about strategically in how this works for your organization. So what's to come? So the remainder of this section, we will provide you with some tools and steps for assessing whether reverse mentoring is right for your organization. Some keys to creating a successful reverse mentoring program and a roadmap to do so. You'll also hear from several successful leaders who implemented a reverse mentoring program in their organization. Lastly, you will get a chance to interact with your fellow learners as you work on a case study together and share experience of using reverse mentoring in real organizations. But before we go, let's check back in with our friends at Hometown Auto and hear what they thought about their experience with reverse mentoring. Thank you for your time.
Working with Bill was a great experience. He welcomed my advice and allowed me to teach him. I was excited to help him with some social media, applications, and videos. To try out his new skills, we created a video together. I was mindful to be patient and empathetic with him. In return, he helped me map out my career goals and gave me great advice on how I could advance my career. He shared some of his learning experiences with me that he has had throughout the years with the company. This helped me gain insight on how I can improve. Overall, this was a great experience, and I felt like it was helpful for both of us.
Before the reverse mentoring program, I knew that I was willing to learn new things. I just didn't think I was ready to learn from someone who's 30 years younger than myself. But having this structured program really helped me and opened my eyes, and I found out I was actually more ready than I thought. I started, with her help, a Facebook page and an Instagram account, and believe it or not, in the first week I sold 2 vehicles just off those pages. I want to show you what else Megan taught me to do. Take a look at this.